Hi everyone, I'm Sanjana and I've been working as a marketer for 8 plus years now. And I've realized there are certain things you should never say at work because the power of communication is immense. Therefore, if you want to be perceived as an ideal employee or a leader, it's important to be careful about what you speak. So, today I'll be sharing with you 30 phrases you must avoid while communicating with your peers so you don't end up hurting your professional relationships. Let's get started. Number one phrase is I think. When you begin your sentence with I think, it can make you sound unsure or insecure about the idea you're presenting. To convey a command of content and passion for your subject, substitute the word think with believe. It makes a world of difference. So you could start the sentence by saying, I believe we could do this instead of this. Second one is, it's not my job. This phrase is a big no no. If you're not willing to do the work, you can always say no politely and offer to help find someone who's willing to do it. But if you have a considerable amount of free time, then you could actually think of it as an opportunity to get outside of your comfort zone and expand your knowledge. But if you're tempted to say, it's not my job, then try to replace the phrase with this instead. You could say, well, I'm not sure I've done that before, but I'll take care of that for you. Or, I'm not really familiar with that. However, I've heard Jennifer is quite experienced in it. Let me check with her. These are a few polite phrases you can say instead of abruptly saying, it's not my job. The next phrase is, we've always done it this way. While you may be right during the conversation, your boss and colleagues will regard you as someone who is resistant to change. And that is not what you need in this competitive work environment. However, instead of saying, we've always done it this way, you can ask how the new way will benefit the company. So instead, you can rephrase the sentence by saying, what are the benefits of trying this new method? The next one is, I may be wrong, but this may be a silly idea, but often we say this phrase as we fear our coworkers might judge our views. But remember, your insecurities send across a different message. They diminish the impact of what you're saying and reduce your credibility. So instead, say this: I recommend doing this, or I recommend doing that. The next phrase is, it's not fair. Saying this in your workplace will make you sound immature. If you're given more work than your colleagues and there's a clear imbalance in work distribution, then stay away from grumbling about it to your coworkers and set up a face-to-face meeting with your boss. The same applies when someone else got a raise you deserve. So whatever it is, speak to your manager in a tactful manner. Never point fingers. The next phrase is no problem. This is something we've all been guilty of. When someone thanks us, in order to sound modest, we say no problem. But in reality, it negates the person's appreciation and implies the situation could have been a problem under other circumstances. So instead, you could say, you're welcome. This is a very simple phrase that you can replace. Instead of saying no problem, just say you're welcome. The next phrase is, I'll try. Saying this will keep your colleague on the wall between a yes and a no. This phrase implies the possibilities of failure as you sound unwilling to commit to the task. Frankly, no boss or colleagues will want to hear that. So instead, you could say this: I may need to get some help to meet that deadline, but I'll get this covered. This phrase sounds much better and honest than saying I'll try. And it also says that you'll get it done, which is what is needed in the workplace. And the next phrase is, he's dumb or she's lazy. Nothing tanks a career faster than name calling. So avoid making rude statements as it will put you in a bad light. If you have genuine complaints against someone, communicate the issue with thoughtful consideration and neutrality. Never jump the gun. The next phrase is, that's impossible to do. This mistake conveys a negative attitude. This is seldom valued in the workplace. So, because employers notice, recognize, and promote a can do attitude. So, instead, you could say, let's discuss the possibilities. The next phrase is, you should have. Phrases like, you should have told me earlier, or fault finding words. Ideally, a workplace should take a more productive, non judgmental approach to foster collaboration and teamwork. So instead of saying you should have, you could say in the future, ensure proper planning, or please bring this to my attention. Next phrase is, this will only take a second or minute. First of all, we know that's not true. It clearly conveys that your work is more important than what the person is currently working on. So we consider it when disrupting another person's work. Instead, you could say this, let me know when you have a few minutes to chat. I want to show you something. The next phrase is, I can't stand my boss. It might be true, but it's better to keep these thoughts to yourself. The moment it slips from your tongue, you'll be amazed how fast these things get around an office. Next phrase is, don't you think so? Saying this shows you're seeking validation through the use of overly cautious work and putting the ball in others' court. If you want to communicate confidently and persuade others, use statements with certainty. Next phrase is, I'm too busy. Well, you might be, but no one wants to feel their work is not important to you. So always foster positive relations and convey empathy in your workplace. Instead, you could say, I'd be happy to discuss this with you after I've finished up an urgent task. May I stop by your office around 1 p.m.? Next phrase is, you guys. Though your workplace is your second home, avoid using it in a business environment as it lowers your professionalism. So instead, you could just say, you or your team. Next phrase is, you look tired today. Are you okay? You might say this out of your concern for the other person, but what the other person hears is a judgment. So instead, say this, I'm heading to the break room for a refreshment. Want to come along? The next phrase is, you're all dressed up today. Have a job interview somewhere? This is rude. Maybe your coworker was in a mood to dress up, or maybe they did have an interview, but it's not up to you to inquire about it. So instead, say this, I like what you're wearing. Next phrase is, how old are you? People ask this as a way of getting to know each other. However, not everyone appreciates revealing their age, so try to steer away from this. Next one is, are you pregnant? This should be avoided in your workplace and outside it. Just never ask this question. What if your colleague just ate well last night? Or even if they're pregnant, it is for them to tell you when and if they choose to. Next phrase is, no one told me. This clearly shows you're not a hard worker or that you're not trying to do your job. It's important to take initiative and ask for help if you need it. Next is, I'm too good for this job. This is a classic mistake. It is a sign you disrespect your colleagues who are doing their best to do their jobs well and are just as important as you are. So avoid this phrase as much as you can. The next phrase is, you're wrong. You might disagree with someone, but instead of being on the face, take a diplomatic approach. You may be right, but it won't help your case to say you're wrong. So instead, say this, I may have an idea that will help. The next phrase is, I thought you were doing that. This statement conveys confusion that you don't know what is happening with your team, also conveys that you'll back away from taking responsibilities. So avoid this phrase as well. The next one is, I'm not good at this. Let's face it, we're all not good at everything, but there's a thin line between being bad at something and being unwilling to learn. So give it your best and also ask for help if you need to. Don't give up easily. The next phrase is, I don't know. It's okay to be honest about your shortcomings, but the mistake is when you stop with just that. It puts off your manager and colleagues. So instead, say this, I don't know, but I can find it out for you. Next one is, don't take everything so seriously, or it's just a joke. People use this statement after they have offended a person, so try to avoid it. Find respect in the workplace by not disrespecting others. It's that simple. Next one is, sorry. If you did something worthy of an apology, just fix it. If you keep saying sorry every time you make a mistake, stop. It will make you look weak and underconfident. So instead, you can say this, I understand this was wrong, but it won't happen again. Next is, how much do you get paid? Asking this is outright unethical and is also an offense. You really should not be concerned about how much others are earning. The next one is, why don't you do this? This is called poking your nose in others' business. Unless you're the manager, avoid this phrase as everyone knows their work, duties, and responsibilities very well, just like you. So, asking this question is just not your business. The last one is my time is up. I'm not waiting any longer. Which job these days is strictly 9 to 5? Waiting a little longer for something very urgent won't affect your personal space. So, saying this again proves that you're not a team player and you do not take your work seriously and you are inflexible. So, avoid this phrase. Well, words can inspire and words can destroy. So, choose yours well. Here's a quote by Napoleon Hill, an American self help writer that I love the most, which is think twice before you speak because your words and influence will paint the seed of either success or failure in the mind of another. This seems like a good advice, and with the help of this video, I think you too can speak effectively at your workplace and earn the trust and respect of your peers. Thank you for watching the video. If you love this video, then please do like, share, and comment. And don't forget to subscribe to All About B2B Marketing to upskill yourself. Thank you.